Hey guys! I just uploaded my first video onto YouTube and I decided to call the series Chatty with Aggie. I think I said it was Talking with Aggie before, but now I decided to change it to Chatty with Aggie. Um, this video, I want to talk about the little ways that I've changed as a result of the quarantine. I mean, of course, there are big changes, and all the big changes are very common to everybody. But I don't know. I always find the little quirks about people interesting, and so I want to talk about the ways that I thought that I was, but then the ways that I kind of changed, the things that I like now. It's mostly about the things that I like. Like, let's be honest, it's about food mostly. But anyways, as I think of more things, I will upload more videos because I'm kind of having fun doing this. But yeah, I want to talk about the things that I'm starting to like now, and I see myself wanting and getting and getting into as a result of the quarantine. So, first of all, let's talk about uh, spices and seasonings. I recently got this. This is the vegan chickenless seasoning salt from Trader Joe's. I happen to live next to the best Trader Joe's in the world because it's in Monrovia, California, which is the headquarters, which has the headquarters of Trader Joe's. If you look on the packaging of your Trader Joe's foods, you'll see that it's distributed and sold exclusively by Trader Joe's, Monrovia, California. So if you're ever in Monrovia and you head to the Monrovia store on Huntington Avenue, oh my goodness, you're just going to be uh, so impressed with all the things that they have. So if you ever see anything that people are saying Trader Joe's haul and you want to buy it and you get the privilege of going to the Monrovia store, chances are you'll find it. So here it is, the vegan chickenless seasoning salt. This is so delicious. I guess it's supposed to taste like chicken, but it has no chicken in it. It's vegan. So, I actually knew about a salt that was like this from before. Um, it's called the Real Salt Organic Seasoned Salt, and I found out about this through Kalel. Do you guys know who Kalel is? I mean, I hate to define her by who she used to date, but she used to date Anthony Padilla, and so she got famous that way. But now she's just on her own and living the quarantine life. And yeah, she turned me on to this real salt, and it's so good. But these are kind of similar. Um, I think this one is a little bit better. It's like a little bit spicier. This one's a little milder, but this is so good. And honestly, it's so good. You could just kind of sprinkle it onto pasta, and it tastes good. Another thing that I started getting into, which I didn't really let myself get into before because I tried to start this year on the keto diet, which means no carbs, but that's going out the window. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, tell me, are you guys like not doing your diets anymore? Are you just saying, to heck with it, I'm gonna eat and do whatever I want? That's what I'm doing. I got some bagels. Oh my gosh, these are I mean, this is just as anti-keto as you can get. I got the onion bagels, 6 count from Albertsons, 4.29 from the Albertsons I went to. And honestly, I didn't even know you can get their like store made bagels like in a pack like this. I would just get like the big brand bagels before when I got bagels, but you can get like a fresh bagel pack from the store, and I didn't know that, and now I do. And so I have to admit, this is my third bag of bagels that I got since the quarantine. The first two were from Costco. You guys know that Costco has like the buy one get one bagel packs. And along with that, I don't care about the keto diet anymore kick. I got some noodles. Yes, noodles is my most favorite type of food on earth, and on top of which, Japanese noodles. I love Japanese noodles. My favorite food for years has been udon. I call it udon, and I could eat that breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day because there's so many like things in it. There's like veggies, there's like egg, there's like the bonito soup, there's chicken. I mean, it's just warm and soup, and it's just goodness all the time. I love it. So, I got my noodles. I haven't bought noodles in a long time, but I got my noodles. Good thing to have in the pantry, right? For quarantine times. And going back to the bagels, sorry. I got my bagels, and then I got my everything but the bagel sesame seasoning blend with sea salt, garlic, and onion from, yes, my trusty Trader Joe's. And I just bought this because everyone was buying it, and I just kind of got into the hype. And for me, like, I'm kind of not into trends, but if it's like a trend that's like affordable and accessible to me, then yeah, absolutely, I'll jump on. So I bought this quite a while ago. I hope it hasn't expired. I don't see any expiration date on it. But anyways, yeah, I just didn't really use it. I didn't know what to use it on. But you know what you use it on? You get your bagels that I wasn't supposed to have, and then you put cream cheese, and then you sprinkle some of this on top of the cream cheese, and that's how you eat it. So delicious. Speaking of seasonings, I have been breaking into my Trader Joe's lemon pepper seasoning blend. It's the grindy kind, and honest, I'll be totally honest with you, I don't really taste the lemon in this. I taste some things, but it's not lemon to me. But I just like this as kind of like a pepper. So if I'm sprinkling, like having avocado toast or something, and then sprinkling maybe some of this on it, then I'll put this too, because this is like a salt and this is like a pepper, but there's like a lot more flavor, so it's like extra delicious and extra dimensional in the taste and flavoring. So yeah, I really recommend that. Another thing that I got into is sweet corn. Yes, canned corn. When I went to Costco, it was just so packed, and it was kind of scary, honestly. I went to Costco, I think about 2 days after the shelter in place order from Governor Newsom here in California. And I just was like, well, I need to go to Costco. I need to get my monthly, shopping trip and just my regular groceries from Costco. So I went, and then there was this line, and it was so long, and it was for toilet paper. And I was just like, well, I don't really need toilet paper. But I was just like in the line in the rain outside for 30 minutes. So, because the line went all the way out to the street. But yeah, so I was in the line, so I was like, you know what, whatever, I'll just buy toilet paper. I'm so glad that I did, because you can't even see toilet paper anymore. It's like gold, right? Like paper gold. But anyways, one of the things I was able to grab that day was a box of the sweet corn, the Kirkland sweet corn. So I have cans of this. I've liked canned corn ever since I was young. I mean, it's not just for Thanksgiving, right? If you're just really hungry and you have nothing else in the house, I love to just open this and just eat it out of the can. It's so good. You can also dump some into fried rice. I like to make fried rice with egg and like sausage or ham and spam. Oh, that's another thing I couldn't find, by the way. I think I was like in the canned aisle to find spam, but I couldn't find it, so I got this instead, which is fine. I love sweet corn, so I got the sweet corn. You can also throw it into fried rice, like I said. You could throw it into ramen. Sometimes I'll make some, packages of ramen, and I'll just throw like a spoonful of sweet corn in there. So good, so delicious. So anyway, I got this, and I mix it with, now I season it with this everything but the elote seasoning blend. Do you guys know what elote is? I've never had an actual elote, but I know that there's like somebody called the Corn Man outside of Dodgers Stadium, and he makes like the most amazing corn. And I think that's what this is. It's got salt, chili, pepper, cheese, chipotle, and cumin. And what I'll do is I'll just get this, I'll boil it with some butter, a little bit of butter, and then I will throw some of this on top, and you have an amazing warm snack meal. Just if you want a little something something in the dark with your candles on, I don't know, whatever. But anyways, this is a new seasoning that I really like. So I'm really getting into my seasonings. A lot of times I'll just buy them because they're like trendy and cute. And I don't know, it's like having a collection, like this. It's like, yeah, I got my seasonings. But then I like don't even use them. But now I do because I'm quarantined. And another thing that I have no business eating because I'm an adult and I am not skinny, you know what I mean? And I'm not getting the exercise that I should right now. But I bought anyway because I was like, you know what? I really want it. I don't know why, but I just want it. Is this fruit roll-ups? Oh my goodness. When was the last time I had this? I don't know. But these are so bad for you. They're not for adults. They're not meant for adults. They get stuck in your teeth and they're so artificial, but whatever. I like it. I bought it. I don't even know these flavors. What? Actually, do you guys remember? Oh my gosh, fruit roll-ups were so good in the 80s. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Anybody had fruit roll-ups in the 80s? They had like it was like real fruit. Like the strawberry, like this is so artificial. This is like candy. But back in the day in the 80s, you guys remember? It was like it had like strawberry seeds in the strip because it was actually made of strawberries. I don't know what this is made of. Um they also had apple flavor, which had like cinnamon streaks in it. They had a cherry flavor, which I didn't like, but whatever. It tasted kind of like NyQuil to me. But yeah, oh my goodness. Do you guys remember the old school OG fruit roll-ups? How good were they? We can't get those anymore. And this is like just like a different thing, but so it doesn't really remind me of my childhood, but it's just I don't know. It's dried. It's something you could throw in your pantry. It's sweet. It's tacky, sticky. I don't know. There's something about this that's just calling to me during this quarantine time that I wouldn't even care about in a normal time of my life. But yes, fruit roll-ups. I'm going to be digging into these soon, maybe right after this video. And another thing, this is kind of something interesting that I found at Albertsons yesterday, which is a French press blend. And honestly, I don't think I would have ever found this or bought this if it weren't quarantine times, because I'm a little bit of a coffee snob. And I don't want to buy like the generic brand. This is the Vaughn's Pavilions, Albertsons. I think the Safeway. I think this is like the Safeway Signature Select generic brand, and I'm just like, "Ugh, I'm not gonna. I'm so cool. I'm not gonna buy that. Like I'm like a real coffee drinker. You know what I mean? But then I was like, there's not that much coffee, or like the coffee that's there, it's not on sale. Like Starbucks or whatever. It's like expensive, but then their generic brand is like what, $4.99. I think I got this bag for $4.99, which is really cheap compared to what I usually pay for coffee. But yeah, so I bought this because it's French press blend. It's the coarse ground, and I have a French press. I've had it for a while. I use it sometimes, but I mean, I'm not really a coffee expert. Like I'm like a pretend imitation of a coffee snob, but I'm really not. I wish I knew more about coffee, but I'm not really like a real coffee snob. I really don't know. So I'm always wondering, like, when I'm grinding the beans, like, am I doing it the right ground? Like, should it be more coarse? Should it be less? I feel like if it's too coarse, it's like kind of watery and whatever. But I was like, you know what? This is their blend. They have the coarse ground, the right amount of ground that they think it is, at least. I'm sure they're more professional than I am. getting it down for me, and it's French press blend, so it's probably the right coffee, whatever the type of coffee I'm supposed to be using, and they just did all the work for me, and I would have never found this if it weren't for the quarantine and there weren't that many choices, and I didn't care that it was generic brand. And so I got this. I made coffee twice. The first time I made it, I put too much, and I had this like really oily coffee that just I could have used it as like chapstick, like it was so oily and weird. So I drank as much as I could. I even gave some to my fiance, and he was like, "Oh, thank you," and like was done after one sip. But yeah, and then I made some today, and it was a lot better. And I think I have the ratios down a little bit better, but I have a whole, bag to figure it out. So if you guys have a French press and you're a little bit confused by it, like I am, and you see this at one of your, Safeway stores, I would suggest that you pick it up because it's good, and they took out the guesswork for you, and these are professionals, and it's it's fresh, and my coffee was really very tasty this morning that I had with my avocado bagel and everything but the bagel sesame seasoning blend. I think I also put a little bit of this vegan chicken list on the avocado. It was so good. It was good breakfast. But anyways, yes, if you find this, grab it. If you're like me and just kind of like a imposter of a coffee snob, when you're at home, just drink this and just see how it goes and see if you learn anything and see if you like it. It's my recommendation. And finally, for this video, I am going to show you the thing that I am into now. I got into it, I have to admit, I got into it before this quarantine time, but I am just 2 feet jumping into it now, to the point where I bought 2 boxes of it, and I plan on really drinking it all. And no, it's not alcohol, although I'm not against alcohol. It is, oh my goodness, I just haven't bought some. It's Diet Coke. Oh my goodness, you guys, I really just, one of the things that I decided to do as I became a more conscientious and healthy type of person, or in my diet, because when you get older, like your body starts to break down, and you're like, it doesn't feel that good anymore, and you're like, I need to get rid of, like fat and sugar and salt and carbs and whatever, and artificial sweetener. It's not good. I don't like artificial sweetener. Like, I don't care if I get fatter. I will usually take the sugar option. In anything, but I don't know what it is about Diet Coke. It tastes so good. It tastes so good with the artificial sweetener taste. Like, why? I don't get it. It's kind of like they took something very bad and very not good, and they made it very good and very good. What? How did they do that? I don't know, but I like it. I want it all the time. And the way that I started getting into Diet Coke was I went to a coffee shop, a really nice, beautiful little coffee shop in South Pasadena called Caldi. If you guys have seen Lady Bird, they actually shot a scene of Lady Bird there with Timothy Chalamet and Saoirse Ronan. And yeah, I just love that coffee shop because it's so cute. And I was there, and somebody ordered a Diet Coke at a coffee shop. Like, who does that? I always get tea or I get coffee, latte, But somebody ordered a Diet Coke, and they got it, and it came like this, with a beautiful glass full of ice. This is not a beautiful glass, but a glass full of ice. And I just saw that, and I was like, that is beautiful. Like, I need to have that. So I bought like a bottle, just a plastic bottle of Diet Coke, and I drank it, and I was like, this is good. This is delicious. Like, what the heck? And then I couldn't finish it because it's like, what, 20 ounces? But yeah, I just got into it from that, and I just, was like, it's not good for you, Agnes. So like here and there I would get Diet Coke. Sometimes I would get it like from fast food or whatever, but I just, I don't know. I don't know what it is about. This is part of my crazy. I want to drink Diet Coke all the time. I want to drink it all the time. It's delicious. why do I want this? Why do I want this? Plus, plus this, you know, during quarantines. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because they're like shelf state. Not, well, bagels are not. Well, if you freeze them, they're pretty stable. But what happened to me? I bought 2 boxes of diet. I have 24, 23 now cans of Diet Coke in my house. Like, why? I love it. I love it. Diet Coke. Cheers to you. Another thing I started doing was uploading YouTube videos, and I plan on still doing it as long as this goes on and maybe even beyond. Who knows what will happen, but I just want to talk with you guys. I want to connect as much as I can. I'm trying, you know, we're all trying. Let's all be here for each other. Tell me what you are into now all of a sudden because of the quarantine that you weren't into before. What are the things that you are letting yourself go on? I'm drinking soda. I'm eating carbs like crazy. I'm, you know, upping my salt because of all the seasonings that I'm getting into as a result. So I want to know, tell me what are the little changes in your life? How are you surprising yourself? How are your loved ones surprising you? I want to know. Tell me, comment below. Thanks. We're going to get through this together, guys.